Hello and welcome to today's edition of the 360-degree Woman Conversations. My name is Mavi Okoro, and if this is your first time of stopping by, thank you so much for being here. I'd like you to take it a step further. Let us cement our relationship. Go on, subscribe to this channel, click the notification icon so that you will get my videos as soon as I share them. So, today, I'd like to share a story about something that I heard, not a personal story, and just talk about it generally. I would like to talk about forgiveness. But wait, I'm not trying to sound all too spiritual. I'm trying to get you to see why you need to let go and move on with your life, no matter who has hurt you. I know that this is a very touchy subject. I remember happening on a story about a woman who was repeatedly raped by an uncle, and she tried to tell her mom, but her mom didn't listen to her, and this continued under her roof for 5 years. The rape began when she was 11 at the turn of puberty, and she had aborted several pregnancies for her uncle, and by the time she was leaving to go to the university, she was a wreck. And so she went to school, and sometime in her third year, that was when she met Christ. And the person who introduced her to Jesus told her that you need to forgive that man. And it wasn't something that was settling in her spirit. But holding on to someone is not doing the person any harm. He's not getting even with that person. He's not dealing with the person. He's not trying to teach the person any lesson. If there is anyone learning any lesson, sadly, it's you. Yes, because you find out that your energy is depleted when you are trying to use the little energy you have and creativity to hate someone and to hold a grudge against someone. So in today's conversation, I'd like to talk to you about letting go. Have you been hurt before? Have you been double-crossed by that business partner? Has someone promised on something and the person knew very well that they had no intention of keeping their word, and when you found out it was already too late? Have you been betrayed by someone you felt was your best friend? Trust me, I know a thing or two about how that feels. I know that feeling of being let down. I know that feeling of being the loser in this situation, especially if you're someone who has a competitive spirit and you don't like to lose. I know how disturbing it can be whenever you remember anything that has to do with that person. But I also know how liberating it can be to let somebody go. Letting the person go does not mean that you open your hand wide for the person to come back. It means that you forgive the person and write it off in your heart. Create boundaries, of course, so that that person doesn't hurt you anymore. And when you are healed, it's okay to talk about it, maybe with that person, because some people hurt you without knowing that they hurt you. I remember saying something to my very good friend, in fact, one of my very best friends. She overheard it, but she felt that I was saying it behind her back. I wanted her to hear it, and it even sounded like a joke to me. I didn't know that she didn't find that statement funny. She held on to it, and she asked, and I'm sure after a while, God worked on her heart and she forgave me for that statement. But she still asked me, Mavi, why did you say this? I heard when you say this. And I said, wow, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to hurt you by making this statement. I actually meant it as a joke. And then after we finished having that conversation, I realized that it wasn't a joke. You don't say things, you should be more sensitive when you're speaking to someone. And thank God she spoke out. I wouldn't have known that I hurt her. So, you can go on to speak to that person, and you might realize that the thing that you felt the person was trying to do to hurt you was really her or him just being himself or herself. Do you get the point? So please, I want to encourage you to let it go. Number one, Choose to redefine or change the meaning of what they have done. Choose to see, and you do this for your own self. If they knew better, they would have done better. Number two, scratch it, tear, or pretend to write it down, or actually write that thing down. Read it and tear it. The way you've done it, that's how it no longer has a hold on your life. Cry if you must, because sometimes the tears help to wash away a feeling of sadness, and decide that you're not going to be held down by the bondage of those emotions. All right?